Hi, I'm Kathy Cano-Murillo, the Crafty Chica, and I'm a Sizzix licensed designer, artist, author, all-around crafty person. I'm third generation Mexican-American, grew up in a traditional, lovable Latino family, a brother and a sister. I always say I'm a left-handed middle child Sagittarian. That's where I get my creativity. And everything growing up, we always had music in the house. There was always something fun. My parents were always working on something creative. And I think that just carried through. And now I'm married, I've been married 26 years to my husband. We have 2 kids. And they grew up with an entrepreneur mom, and now they're both entrepreneurs as well. As young as they are, they started their own businesses, and I love that. You know, growing up in my house, it was never, well, this is our Mexican roots, it was just very organic, very natural. I could see, my dad teaching me how to make red chili sauce for the tamales, and going to my Nana and Tata's house and hearing them tell secrets in Spanish so that the kids wouldn't understand and know what they were talking about. I always knew I was different because I grew up in a non-Latino school and environment. And it wasn't until I met my husband who, when I met him, he was wearing a zoot suit, like a Pachuco suit and a 48 Chevy. And I was like, oh my God, what the heck is that? And then I'm like, I secretly kind of like that. And once we started dating, he was like, girl, you need to eat Mexican food. We're going to go salsa dancing. And he really helped me connect with my culture. And I just spent a lot of time catching up on all the things I was kind of snobby about growing up, because growing up in a non-Latino school, I just wanted to fit in with everybody else, and I denied my culture a little bit. But boy, once I met my husband and we became friends, I realized what a gift it was to have this history and this culture and the beauty of it. And it really helped me connect with my elders, with my grandparents, to hear their stories of, their parents and what parts of Mexico they came from. And I also found out that I'm not alone in the struggle. There's a lot of people of my generation who grew up, in the same type of situation where their parents thought their kids would have a better life if they didn't have an accent or they didn't know how to speak Spanish. But in no way do I blame my parents for anything. And now I'm like, okay, this is something I have to do for my life. So I take it day by day. I have always been fascinated with Dia de los Muertos, also known as Day of the Dead. It's a 3,000-year-old tradition from Mexico where you honor your loved ones who have passed away. It's a celebration of life, the cycle of life. It's not celebrating death. A lot of people mistake it for that. A lot of people connect it with Halloween. It has nothing to do with Halloween. It is a beautiful tradition that stands on its own, where it is believed that your loved ones come back, their spirits come back to revisit their family or their grave sites for that short amount of time. And of course, all of the colors and just celebrating life. Well, what I love about working with Sizzix is that I don't feel like they approach me because I was a Latina. I feel like they approach me because I'm Kathy, the Crafty Chica, and they like the big picture of what I do, that yes, I can design and celebrate my culture, but I can also design for general market. I don't feel like they're pigeonholing what I do into one certain category, but realizing it's something for everybody, that everyone can celebrate it. They love what I do, and excited to bring some of that fiesta style to the family, but also know that there's other things that I can do as well. And so with this line that I did for Sizzix, that's why I have phrases like "Viva la vida," long live life, and you see happy skulls, and that you could, use to create a picture frame for a loved one that you want to honor and incorporate that. And some people don't like seeing the skulls. They're also called calacas. They, for example, my dad, before he passed away, he's like, I love that you love Day of the Dead, but don't put any skeletons after I pass away when you make an altar for me. And I totally respect that. So I have everything but the skulls. So that's why on the line, you'll also see a lot of hearts and flowers and things like that. So you can make it what you want it to be, to celebrate it in your way and still honor the tradition and honor your loved ones who've passed away. Favorite music is reggae, for sure. I love reggae in Espanol and also contemporary reggae. I'm not into dance hall or reggaeton. I like reggae that is infused with a good message and a good groove, just to get on the right track of whatever you're doing, that every little thing's gonna be all right. My husband has a reggae band. They're actually a Latino reggae band called the Rasta Farmers. And he also sits in as singer for a lot of other bands as well. I am definitely a dog person, and not even a dog person, but a Chihuahua person. We have 5 Chihuahuas, and I love each of them so much. I hate the barking, but altogether they pretty much equal one dog, right? I'm inspired by people who say they are not creative. I take it as a challenge to try and get them to find their craft. And as far as other inspiration, I look everywhere for inspiration, from magazines to TV to just daily life to online things to song lyrics, anything and everywhere. I just find it. I think my explosion of color and everything I do celebrating my Mexican culture, I think I'm overcompensating for being snobby and not wanting to accept my culture when I was a little kid. So there's some psychology behind it. I think there's a reason. I feel like I feel so dumb that when I was a little kid I didn't want to embrace this, so now I triple embrace it with lots of glitter and varnish.